Hello, my beautiful people. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. It's evening here, and after a long day, time to unwind and chill out. I hope you're all doing well, and wherever you are, you're keeping safe, healthy, happy, and all is well in your life. It's so beautiful sometimes to just relax, and we can do that all the time if we don't have this false concept of, oh, we are the one who is doing everything, although most of it is just happening. And I keep saying, let it happen. I'm not saying don't lift a finger, don't do anything. Yes, do your bit, whatever your contribution is, try to make it a positive, good contribution, but don't think you're doing everything. Sometimes it's nice to let the things happen. Let life flow. Don't put any effort in there. And that's so beautiful. Right, okay. Have you ever thought from morning till evening, we're doing so much and we think we're doing everything. But in all that 10, 12 hours time, how many times we were self-aware? Now, when it comes to self-awareness, it's not like, oh, I can touch my body, I know I'm a body, I know I can see my face in the mirror. I'm not talking about that awareness. I'm talking about the awareness about your every action, every thought, every feeling towards yourself and towards others, other people. We're running all the time. Sometimes we don't even want to pay attention to what is happening inside us. And that is very damaging because your body wants to communicate with you. You're letting I keep talking about this mind thing. Mind is beautiful. It's really everything that God has given us is very, very useful and beautiful. But everything has got its own place. And when things get misplaced or take over, you give too much space to one thing and the other things are getting ignored, then that is the time when the problem starts. Don't let it come to that, please. Try to keep a balance, a conscious, effort. This is where you need to be a little, careful. This is where the effort is needed. But in the beginning, it will be an effort, but then it will become, a routine, a just normal thing. Like for you, you will do it without even thinking about it. So pay attention to your surroundings. Be aware. Ignorance is not good. When we ignore everything, we just don't really. That's why we don't have gratitude most of the time. That's why we don't think life miracles are happening around us all the time. Your own breath is a miracle. Your blinking your eyes is a miracle. So many things that are happening around you are a miracle. Everything is a miracle. Seriously. Can you and I do it? No, we can't. So it's a miracle. Something that is not in our power. Where actually, wherever we put our extra effort in, and please no offense, but most of the time we are messing up. Sometimes I say it's like monkey mind. Can't sit still, can't think, and just doing the things, and no matter what's happening, what's the outcome. Sometimes the outcome is disastrous. But we're not stopping. We don't want to let nature take control. We're becoming so overconfident. Confidence is a good thing, but too much of nothing is good. So when we feel like, when we are getting overconfident, we are only messing up, you know. It's just giving us that false pride. It's just giving us that delusion. We're becoming deluded. We're just not understanding that everyone has got, as a human being, we've got a very high place in God's world. We are the best creation, providing we behave like one, providing we are aware of it, providing we are consciously appreciating it, not misusing it. When you see the human beings treating the other life, and I'm not generalizing it because there's so many people out there who are helping the plants, who are helping animals, birds, and everything. So God bless all of them, and I think it's a great contribution. But there are some people who don't really think, and also depends on cultures and different countries, different lifestyle, and everything. Animals, they also deserve some respect. We think they only need love. No, love without respect is literally, it becomes a burden, it becomes a problem. Whether it's a human animal love or is human to human love, no, love has to have some respect, some boundaries. And why I'm saying this, because I came across somebody, um, mostly, obviously, whatever happens in your life, that just brings your attention to the things that you think like maybe it's worth talking about. So that's why I decided to talk about it. Um, I was talking to someone today, and they said, well, they've got their child, for their child, they got a little puppy. And that puppy was with them for some time. And then the child got tired and fed up of that puppy. So now they're trying to rehome the puppy. Although she was saying, oh no, we're trying our best to find the best home for the puppy. And the puppy is not puppy anymore because the puppy was with them for about, I think, a year or so. In 1 year, it's a big part of a dog's life. They're not turtles, they don't live for 100 years. So you've taken the whole year away from his life, which is like, I think in human years, I think is when it comes to cats, then I think it's 18 years, 18 human years. But I don't know, I think even in dogs' life, because dogs also don't live very long. So what I'm saying is, this poor puppy, which is a young dog now, they're taking care of his food, they're taking care of his, like, okay, give him a loving new family. But it's like somebody's child, God forbid, if they have to go in some other family, the emotional side of it is not being taken care of. It's very confusing for a life to get used to his surroundings, get used to the people or the other life around them, and then suddenly everything new, especially, the source of love, the source of attention, which is obviously humans for the animals when they are, the house pets. And when I said this to this lady, she's like, "Oh, he's a dog. Why would he? He wouldn't really feel that. He gets good food. I'm sure they're gonna feed him better. I'm sure they will look after him better. It's a huge house. He will have a big garden to run around." And difficult for some people, it's difficult to understand the emotional side of the things. You're changing the poor dog's whole environment. So when you are dealing with animals, birds, plants, any form of life, be respectful. Love them, but with respect, with consideration. Everything that is breathing has feelings. Maybe they're not overreacting like humans. We are full of feelings. We are all feelings now. And actually, those feelings, some are just self created feelings, they're not even natural. Now, these animals and birds and the other life don't do that, but they still have obviously real feelings. So please, if you love them, then don't play this with their emotions. Don't change their environment so frequently. When your child wants it, then it's there. When your child doesn't want it, get bored, then it goes somewhere else for somebody else's child. and their child might get, or they might move somewhere and something else happens in their life. Without a responsibility, they will think like, okay, maybe he can go to better home, we're looking after him. Wrong concept. No, because how it's affecting him emotionally, that is something else to look after or to look at. It's very important. Whoever you deal with, please think about their feelings too. Feel for their feelings. And especially animals, birds, plants, they can't talk like humans. They're not verbal like us. Sometimes we have this verbal diarrhea. Let everything out. They keep quiet. They only say something when something hurts them, when there's a danger, when they want to express. But it's not much. I had a cat, and he was my children, they loved him. But then we were moving from there, and we were actually changing the country. And there were so many people. He was a good breed, and that's another thing. I don't want to go into that. I will in a minute, but first let me finish this, because then I get carried away with one thing and the other one is left in the middle. So basically, the thing is that cat, I just couldn't dare rehome the cat, and I brought him with me. Took him to the country where I was going to. Costed a lot of money, a lot of time, but then it was worth it. My daughter even missed 1 year of school, almost, just because we were waiting for all his tests to come back right, and all his paperwork and everything. But still, it was worth it. And he stayed with us until he left this earth. So what I was saying is, when it comes to animals, just animals, birds, or whoever, just make sure that some people even don't talk to their animals. They have a cat or a dog or something, and then that's what I said. In the West, I've seen people at least being a little, on one-to-one, they talk to their pets, and they also, there is a more personal interaction and everything. But in some countries, an animal is just an animal. It's just a walking around thing. These animals are not your children's toys that your children, just when they want them, so you provide them with these pets. And when your children get bored, then you just get rid of them and then dump them somewhere else. No matter how better house that could be, no matter how better food they would be getting there. But this is, again, is damaging their emotions. They can't even ask anybody, hey, where are those people who I used to love, or they used to love me? They can't even ask. So why are you doing this to them? Well, this is something to think about. Every life deserves respect. Every life deserves love. Every life deserves fairness. Every life deserves equality. Nobody is less than anybody. They're doing their job and we're doing our job. They're doing what they're here for, we're doing what we're here for. Well, this is a little something to think about. But anyway, we should be doing what we're supposed to do as humans. Not being critical, but I'm just saying, it's just, and just feeding an animal is not enough. Talk to your animals. Give them your company some time. When you come back from work, if you're the only person in the house, then try to spend some time with your animal. If there are other people in the house, they should spend some time with them. It's not like you just give them the food and you're done with that. And I've seen that cat that we had, his name was Butterscotch, Batu. Beautiful cat. He was so communicative. I can't believe it was, sometimes it would not feel like he is some other species. He's not a human. I'm telling you the truth. Because sometimes my children, they used to go to a room and they were talking to each other, and Batui will go there, so they will close the door. They will not let him come in. He used to come to me to complain and take me with him. And then I will tell the children, open the door, let him come in. Then he would be happy. When he was hungry, he would come and sit there, and there was a different type of sitting, which was like, little attention seeking type of sitting. And then I used to go and give him food, and that's beautiful, beautiful. Whenever I think about him, I just get emotional. He was just so close to all of us. My daughter cried for months after he was gone. She still has his things, attachments. They're not just with humans, they can be with anybody. And animals, they love you unconditionally. They don't want anything but just love, attention, respect. So in some countries, I've seen the animals are given everything, but not respect. It's sad. Respect them, love them, look after them. Because they're also God's creation. And they're no less than you. They're just different from you. On this note, I'm going to finish this video tonight, and I hope you'll have a peaceful night. If it's nighttime, wherever you are. If it's day, then you'll have a wonderful day. And just live mindfully. Whatever you do, just be mindful. And I will talk to you in the next video, inshallah. Look after yourself. Keep a beautiful smile on your face, always a genuine one coming from the heart, with so much light and brightness. And yeah, keep smiling, because life is beautiful.